Welcome to Tech Talk Central. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Sarah.
Today we're jumping into a comparison that, well, a lot of you might be wondering about.
That's right. We're looking at the Google Pixel Buds Pro 2 versus the Apple AirPods Pro USB-C 2.
Yeah, two heavy hitters in the premium wireless earbud space, and we really want to explore how they compare, especially thinking about, the whole Android versus Apple ecosystem thing.
Exactly. We've dug into the features, the specs, what actual users are saying in reviews, all that stuff.
Our goal here is to lay it all out so you can get a clearer idea of which might be the better choice for your setup and what you actually need.
So let's get started. Where should we begin? Pixel Buds.
Sounds good? Let's kick off with the Google Pixel Buds Pro 2. One of the first things Google talks about is comfort. They mention using data from like 45 million ears.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild number. It suggests a really data-driven approach to getting that fit right for more people.
And they have that twist to adjust stabilizer thing too.
Right, which is meant to help keep them secure, whether you're, working out or just wearing them all day. Reviews seem, well, mostly positive on comfort. People find them pretty secure.
Okay, and under the hood, they've got the Google Tensor A1 chip. Google saying this makes the active noise cancellation, the ANC, twice as good as the last version.
Yeah, the Tensor A1 is their custom silicon. It's specifically designed for stuff like audio processing and AI features on the buds. So better ANC makes sense.
And people are noticing that improvement.
Seems like it. Reviews often mention the ANC works really well, even in properly noisy places. And the transparency mode apparently sounds quite natural, which isn't always easy to get right.
That's good. What about that conversation detection feature? Sounds useful.
It does. It automatically pauses your music and switches to transparency mode when you start talking.
So no more pulling an earbud out mid-sentence.
Exactly. It's one of those convenience things, especially tied into the Android experience with fast pairing and all that. It feels like it's really built for Android users.
Makes sense. Now, sound quality. They've got large 11mm drivers aiming for strong bass and some kind of new chamber for treble. What's the verdict from users?
Generally, yeah, people seem happy with the sound. Reviews often describe it as balanced, crisp highs, punchy bass, especially with the default settings. Those bigger drivers likely help with the low end.
Okay. And practical stuff. Water resistance, battery.
They're IPX4 rated, just the earbuds, though, not the case. So good for sweat and maybe light rain.
And battery life.
Up to 30 hours total listening time with ANC on, factoring in the charging case. That's pretty solid.
Definitely competitive.
Yeah.
All right, let's pivot to the other side. Apple AirPods Pro USB-C 2. What's Apple pushing here?
Well, besides the usual premium audio stuff, Apple's making a big play with hearing health features.
Hearing health. Like what?
Things like a validated hearing test you can apparently take and active hearing protection features. It's kind of positioning them beyond just earbuds, almost into like a wellness device category. Interesting angle.
Huh, okay. And noise cancellation. They're also claiming improvements, right? Up to 2x more noise blocked.
Yeah, compared to their previous generation. They call it intelligent noise control. And they have adaptive audio, too.
What does that do?
It sort of automatically blends the ANC and the transparency mode based on your environment. So instead of just on or OF, it adjusts dynamically.
And they also have that conversation feature, like the Pixel Buds.
They call it conversation awareness. Similar idea, lowers the volume when you talk to someone nearby. Again, focused on seamless interaction. Reviews praise the ANC effectiveness quite a bit.
And the sound. Apple's using their H2 chip and custom drivers.
Right. And users generally rave about the sound quality. Natural, clear, good bass. Plus, they have personalized spatial audio with head tracking.
Oh yeah, the 3D audio thing that moves with your head.
Exactly. It makes things like movies feel more immersive. And call quality gets good mentions, too, with voice isolation helping in noisy spots.
How's the fit? Apple usually includes a few tip sizes.
They do. 4 sizes this time, XS, S, M, L. So a bit more range to find that good seal. Comfort seems to be a strong point in the reviews. People wear them for ages.
Durability and battery.
These are IP54 rated, which is nice because that includes dust resistance and applies to both the buds and the case.
Okay, slight edge there. Battery.
Up to 6 hours on the buds with ANC, and again, up to 30 hours total with the case. So very similar total time to the Pixel Buds.
And the big change for the case is USB-C charging now.
Finally, yes. Big deal for a lot of people wanting fewer cable types. Plus, you can charge with MagSafe, Qi, or even an Apple Watch charger. And the case has precision finding and a speaker.
Right. Easier to find if you lose them between the couch cushions.
Happens to the best of us.
Okay, so let's talk ecosystems. This feels like the main decider for many. Pixel Buds Pro 2, clearly aimed at Android, especially Pixel phone users.
Absolutely. The fast pair, the Google Assistant integration, the seamless switching if you have multiple Android devices, it's all designed to just work really well within that Google Android world.
And the AirPods Pro 2, well, it's the classic Apple story, isn't it? Seamless integration if you're using iPhone, iPad, Mac.
Exactly that. Users describe it as just effortless. They pair instantly, switch automatically between your Apple devices. It's that deep ecosystem integration that Apple does so well.
So wrapping this up, both are clearly premium earbuds with great features.
Definitely. Both have strong ANC, good sound, transparency modes. The core stuff is there.
But the Pixel Buds Pro 2 seem to lean into that custom comfort aspect and the Google Smarts. Maybe the best bet for dedicated Android folks.
I'd say so. And the AirPods Pro 2, while excellent all around, really shine with those unique hearing features and, crucially, that super smooth experience within the Apple ecosystem. Plus, the USB-C is a welcome update.
So it really does seem to come down to where you live, digitally speaking, Android or Apple.
Pretty much. And what specific features matter most to you? Maybe it's the fit, maybe it's the hearing health stuff, maybe it's just perfect integration with your phone, and price, of course.
Absolutely. There's no single best here. It depends entirely on you and your gear.
We hope this deep dive gave you a better handle on what each of these brings to the table, though.
Yeah, hopefully that helps you decide. If you want to check out the latest prices or grab a pair, we've put links down in the description for you.
And hey, if you found this useful, we'd love it if you subscribe to the channel, Tech Talk Central. We do lots more tech comparisons like this.
Thanks for tuning in.